Welcome back to the Swing Low Podcast Show. What's happening with all my people out there today? Hey man, it is an absolute pleasure to be back at this roundtable with y'all. Thank you all for joining me. I appreciate every time I call out to y'all, man, to attend this roundtable. Y'all always show up. You know what I'm saying? All love, all appreciation to all y'all. You know what I'm saying? I know we've been off for a few days. You know what I'm saying? That's due to some technical issues on my end. You know what I'm saying? I had to get a couple of things fixed up. You know what I mean? And plus, ain't nothing wrong with a break. You know what I'm saying? I think we needed a break, a couple of days off. You know what I'm saying? To let things re-register and reroute. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you need to power down in order to power up. You know what I mean? So yeah, I'm not mad at the break at all. I hope y'all not mad at me. You know what I'm saying? Hopefully, the time apart made us miss each other even more. You know what I'm saying? It makes meeting back up at this round table that much more pleasurable. You know what I'm saying? So again, I love and appreciate you all for attending. To all the new viewers, please like, comment, and subscribe to the Swang Low Podcast Show. Do Rock Creep is all for free. It will cost you nothing, not a dime. All you got to do is push that button, subscribe. If you like what's going on, like it. You know what I'm saying? It's for free. And if you feel like dropping a comment in the chat, in the live chat, or in the comment section, man, feel free. You know what I'm saying? Hey, we invite all opinions. You know what I'm saying? There's no dumb anything, you know what I'm saying, when it comes to, having some input on whatever subject that we choose to bring to this roundtable to discuss and figure out, you know what I'm saying, amongst family, because we are all family. And to all the new subscribers, thank you, man. Thank you for choosing the Swang Low Podcast Show to come attend, you know what I'm saying, and join this roundtable as you do faithfully. You know what I mean? Hey, all love, all appreciation. You are embraced wholeheartedly. Thank you for choosing us. You know what I'm saying? Now, look, I wanted to tell y'all about this little story. You know what I'm saying? That took place in Calipatria State Prison in around, I'm gonna say 2003. You know what I'm saying? This, as y'all seen, you know what I mean? The tag, it involved a West Covina neighborhood, two Angelo Mafias, and myself, the Duroc, right? Okay, now this is a situation occurred, man. Let me tell you about this one particular person. This one particular person, I'm not even gonna use his real name, right? I'm gonna throw an alias on him. You know what I'm saying? So we're gonna call him Too Short, right? We're gonna call him Too Short, like the rapper Too Short. We're gonna call him Too Short, right? This guy was from Angelo Mafia. And I remember when he came to Calipat, he was one of them type of guys that, like, if you've done time, you know what I'm saying, or you've been around, you've seen these kind of people. You know what I'm saying? He get there, the first thing he pushing paperwork. I want to see everybody paperwork. Here go mines. You know what I'm saying? I want to get familiar with who's around me, and I want those that's around me to know who I am and what I'm about. But he's going hard. But he's going hard, right? So he's going so hard about it to the point where it's a couple of homies coming to me like, man, what's up with this dude? I'm like, nah, don't trip. He's asking for paperwork. Everybody round their shit up, bring it out. Bam. So everybody get their paperwork, bring it out, give it to this dude Too Short. He go over everybody paperwork. Everybody clears out. We go over his, right? Here's clear out. Here's clear out, right? So bam. Then he is pressing about having some protection. You know what I'm saying? Some personal protection on him and shit. So, you know, um, him and the homie Box was from Angelo's too. They was in the same building together. You know what I'm saying? Which was one block. That's where the majority of the Hoovers was at. You know what I'm saying? I've mentioned T-Bird. You know what I'm saying? From Nine Deuce Hoover. You know what I mean? That's Big T-Bird, by the way. He was in one block along with the vast majority of his homies. You know what I'm saying? And the homie Stutterbox and this dude Too Short was in that building. So, we all had a relationship with the Hoovers that was there. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, I've known T Bird for a number of years. You know, homie Ken Dog from Fathers Hoover, you know what I'm saying? Like he was straight, it was a few of them, man, that we had personal relationships with. You know what I'm saying? So the guy Too Short get there and he's seeing like, how we dealing with different people. But what he's watching particularly is his homie Stutterbox. You know what I'm saying? And he's not liking the relationship that Box had with T Bird. For whatever reason, he had a major, major problem, a major issue with that. Right. So it to the point where he approached, I believe he approached Box first. You know what I'm saying? And Box let him know, like, hey, look, bro, like I've been dealing with these dudes for years. When I first got to this prison, you know what I'm saying? I ended up getting into a situation and them dudes had my back. You know what I'm saying? Point blank, period. Everybody else laid down and left me for dead. It wasn't no homies here from the SGV. It wasn't nobody else here from Pomona that I fucked with like that. So when I got into that situation, these dudes had my back. So yeah, I got a relationship with them. You know what I'm saying? This is basically who I deal with on a daily basis, right? But still, although he explained that out to Too Short, um, Too Short had an issue with this still, right? I guess not understanding like this relationship, right? So bam, for whatever reason, he approached T-Bird, he being Too Short, right? Like, hey, what's going on with you and my homeboy and this and that and blah, 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 right? Now, mind you, Too Short had just got to this prison. He wasn't there no longer than, when this happened, no longer than a month. He had just got there. So he presses up on T-Bird, right? Now, I've described T-Bird in another story that I talked about. You know what I'm saying? And the type of person that he was. He was the type of person that, for one, he ran his car. All right, he was the top dude. Secondly, that was the wrong person that you wanted to, you know, go pressing up on like that. You don't know this man either, right? So he pressed up on him. You know what I'm saying? T-Bird hear him out, and he let him know, all right, go holler at your homie. You don't need to be hollering at me about nothing, questioning me about nothing. That's my homeboy. That's my bro. You know what I'm saying? Point blank, period. Anything outside of that that you want to know, you go holler at your homie, bro. I don't even know you like that, right? So bam, he mosey on along, and you know, probably a couple of weeks had went by. You know what I'm saying? And I guess he Too Short had with one or several of the Hoovers, right? Okay, cool. But from that time that he pushed up on T-Bird, T-Bird didn't like him. You know what I'm saying? As a matter of fact, in that exchange, he told him, don't come in his surroundings no more. He told him that, like, look, I don't want you coming in my surroundings no more, none of that. You need to go holler at anybody about anything, go holler at your homeboy. Don't come to me. I don't want you coming in my surroundings no more, period. So, bam. With that being said, like I said, this dude Too Short called himself trying to develop a relationship with one or several of the Hoovers. So one day he I think he went in one of their cells. If it wasn't T-Bird's cell, right? Drinking with T-Bird's celly, I believe. T-Bird come back from work and see this dude in there, like, the fuck? Like, oh no, nah, you got to get the fuck up out of here. You know what I'm saying? Like I told you, bro, I didn't want you in my surroundings no more. What the fuck you doing in my cell? Like, he tripped out. So bam. I guess they had some words. The dude Short Dog threatened T-Bird. Threatening. right? With no actions behind it, right? Now, in prison, man, you cannot threaten anybody and not get cracking right then and there. If you give somebody the opportunity, you know what I'm saying, to get you before you get them, that's on you, especially if you started it. This dude started this. For one, he told you he didn't want you in the surroundings. You end up inside his cell. Whether his homeboy invited you in or not, you knew he don't like you. He don't want to deal with you. You set a real bad impression with this man. You know what I'm saying? By pushing up on him and didn't even know him, right? Then you turn around and threaten him with no action behind it. So bam. Now, mind you, when this happened, now it's several Hoovers there. T-Bird kept them around him. But during this exchange back and forth, none of them, they didn't, you know, T-Bird had them stand down. But see, where the dude Too Short fucked up at is you started this shit and you wasn't ready. So bam, T-Bird was ready. He's always ready, you know. And before Too Short was able to do anything, T-Bird got on him. You feel me? T-Bird got on him by himself. Remember, it's several Hoovers there. At this time, in that building, you had this dude Too Short from Angelo Mafia. You had Box from Angelo Mafia. And I believe Popcorn was still there before he went bad, before he went SNY. You know what I'm saying? Oh, and the dude, Baby Tez from West Covina neighborhood, right? So bam. But when T-Bird get on Too Short, nobody else get in it. It was one-on-one. Just so happened, Too Short get the shit into the stick, right? Now, the people in that building is like, oh man, this gonna go up. Like, you know what I'm saying? So the dude, Baby Tez, this dude Too Short, give this dude Baby Tez from West Covina neighborhood ink pen. But the ink pen that he gave him was like one of the ones you push in, and it had like the little metal tip on it. You know what I'm saying? He gave him a pen like that, man, and I guess as a weapon, right? Which is straight bullshit. So bam, he tell him go over to Creek Building and let him know what happened, right? Mind you, when this guy Too Short first got to that prison and he was asking for the paperwork and he wanted protection, you know what I'm saying? He made a big deal about it. So I made sure not only did everybody present their paperwork, but that he had protection, the best protection. I made sure that personally. I almost got caught up trying to get him the protection, but it made it to its destination, right? So bam, when this incident go down, that protection that I gave this dude mysteriously come up missing. It mysteriously come up missing. I don't find it out until further on down the line, which I'm gonna tell y'all. So bam, the dude Baby Tez make his way over to my building. I'm in there chilling. I believe I was watching a football game that day. You feel me? And I believe at that time it was another Tez that was there who had used to be from 5-5 neighborhood. He was my cellmate at that time, right? He had stopped banging, started doing this little Christian thing, but he was from 5-5 neighborhood and his name was Tez. So anyway, he made his way, Baby Tez from West Covina neighborhood, made his way over to my building. Hysterical when he come to my door. He's hysterical. He's out of his body, right? Oh, the homie, he got stabbed. The homie, he got stabbed, stab, blah, 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 right? I'm like, nigga, calm down. shut the fuck up and calm down and tell me what the fuck going on, right? So finally, I'm able to get him calmed down enough to tell me what took place with Too Short. So I asked him, I said, you got that thing that I sent? So this fool pull out that ink pen. He like, no, Too Short gave me this. So I look at it. I said, is that a pen? He said, yeah. I'm like, oh man. I said, hold up. I get my protection, make my way out with this fool, go back over to their building. As we going in, the Hoovers is coming out. T-Bird and like 7 of them is coming out, right? We greet each other and bam, you know. Mind you, at this particular time, I don't know the full story, and I'm trying to figure out like, you know, what part, who played what, like, you know what I'm saying? So bam, anyway, they coming out, we going in. I go in, I see box, popcorn, you know what I'm saying? They out and about. So I'm asking them, I'm like, what Too Short at? They like, he in the cell. He in the cell. Like, yeah. What the fuck he doing in the cell? Like, hey, he said he cool. So I'm like, what? So I go up there. I go to his cell. He's sitting in there. He's talking about if he can't get a one-on-one head up fade with T-Bird, he cool on the whole situation. I say, well, I said, you know that's not gonna happen, right? I said, and from what I hear, it would be on a fade between you and him. I said, it happened one-on-one? He was like, yeah, all his homies was there, but they didn't do nothing. It was just him. I said, he said, that's why I want to get a one-on-one with him. I said, do you not understand what I just told you? I said, didn't it go beyond a fight? He's like, yeah, but homie, I'm like, nah, nah, nah. I said, you need to come out. I'm gonna try to get you out. You need to get out. You need to get that protection that I gave you, right? So bam, he tell baby Tez, go get it. Go get the protection. So me and a couple of other homies follow this fool, you know what I'm saying, to where they were supposed to have had it at. It mysteriously is not there. It mysteriously just disappears, right? So I'm like, I'm telling Box, I said, hey, I said, you see what's going on? He like, yeah. He like, fuck that. He like, I'm cool on this shit. He like, that nigga's a buster. He went and did this and did that. He started all this shit and blah, 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 blah. You know what I'm saying? He like, the other homies wasn't finna do nothing. They left that between them two because that nigga threatened him and he wasn't ready. He said, that's why we all out here right now. This nigga talking about he cool. He want to fight. If he can't fight, he cool. I'm like, ah. He like, yeah, I already know. He says, so since he acting like a buster, this nigga got to go. Period. I'm like, damn. I said, all right, well, let's get him out. So I'm trying to get this nigga out of the cell. Finally, I get him out the cell. But before I was able to get him out, Baby Tez from West Covina neighborhood and Too Short from Angelo Mafia, they talking while he's still inside his cell. This is when they conjuring up their plan because they knew that whatever they had did with that protection that I had gave them, you know, it mysteriously came up missing. They knew we was tripping on that, and they knew that, you know, um, by him running back in the cell the way that he did and was refusing to come out and didn't want to, you know, handle his business like he was supposed to. He was talking about a fight and all this and that. Like a fight, you don't understand when somebody initiate that type of contact on you the way that T-Bird did on this dude. It's beyond that. You feel me? And if you don't take it the extra mile, then you's a buster and you got to go. Period. You feel me? You want to sacrifice everybody else and not do nothing? Like, that's just not gonna happen. So anyway, finally we get this dude out of his cell, Too Short. So bam, we go outside. You on one side of the yard, the Hoover's on the other. Bam, T-Bird, King-Dog, and I think L-Dog, Hoover. They called me and Box. We the ones that they got the relationships with. Hey man, they give us the rundown on what Too Short did, how all this even came about. T-Bird made sure he threw out because he came to us. I forgot to add this. After the first time when Too Short approached him about Box dealing with him the way that it was, T-Bird came and got at me and Box personally. After he told him, I don't want you around me, this and that, and blah, 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 he came and he made sure he hollered at me and Box personally. He said, look, man, he said, I love y'all. I got a lot of love and respect for y'all. He said, but this dude, especially he did it in front of my homeboys too, on top of that, aggressively asking me why the homie fucking with me. Not knowing we've been fucking with each other for years. It ain't never been no smoking nothing. It's like this dude coming, he's trying to create a situation. So he was like, can y'all please holler at him and tell him to stay away from me? That's what he did do. I forgot to add that. But that's what he did do. We sat and we had a 30-minute discussion in the middle of the yard. And in that, during that discussion, the dude, Short Dog, he's out there, but he's off, but he's watching. You know what I'm saying? So bam. Anyway, while we on the yard, you know, we talking to T-Bird like, remember I told y'all, man, you know what I'm saying? This dude had got at me crazy and this and that and blah, blah, blah. Then I come back from work, this nigga in my cell. I tell him to leave out my cell. He threatened me. You know what I'm saying? But he threatened me again, and he do it in front of my homeboys. Like, that's a no-go. You're not gonna threaten to do nothing to me, nigga, and walk away. It's not gonna happen. And by rights, you ain't supposed to let nobody threaten you and walk away. You know what I'm saying? So he handled his business. He got cracking like he was supposed to. But look, so they like, look, man, we not tripping. You know what I'm saying? But dude, you know, was been done. It's been done. You know what I'm saying? This dude is all bad. You know what I'm saying? And as y'all can see, like, he's a buster. Basically, this is what they saying. Like, he's a buster, bro. You know what I'm saying? And you know, he threatened the homie and this and that and blah blah blah. Right? So, Box was like, look, we know what time it is with this dude. You know what I'm saying? Like, I know everything that took place between y'all. Don't even trip. Don't even trip. Like, we finna get on, cuz right now. Right? So while we over there talking to them, Baby Tez from West Covina neighborhood and Too Short, they preparing. They preparing to put their little scheme in motion. Hey, this camera might go off for a minute, but y'all stick with me because the story continues. So while we over here talking to them, these two dudes, Baby Tez from West Covina neighborhood and the nigga Too Short from Angelo Mafia, they over here plotting what they finna do. We not knowing. Me and Box not knowing, right? So bam. When we finish talking to them, hold on, y'all. When we finish talking to the Hoovers, we making our way back over there to them. So while me and Box walking back to him, I'm like, so how you want to do it? Like, man, look, we're gonna get them back in the building. We ain't gonna do it out here and this and that and blah blah blah. I'm like, all right. So we tell them, bam. We tell Too Short and Baby Tez, come on, let's go back in the building. Right? So I'm actually trying to get the door open, but these two dudes is hesitating. You know what I'm saying? They hesitating and Box, he's standing in between them talking, right? tell them like we finna go back in and finish talking about this and this and that and blah 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 blah, right? And I'm probably like 15 feet away trying to get the door open. So something tell me like turn around, turn around, turn around, and I turn around. I turns around, and that's when the kickoff. Too Short and Baby Ted. Too Short and Baby Tez take off on the homie box. Right? I laugh about it now because I mean at that time it wasn't funny. I ain't gonna lie. It wasn't funny at that time. But Baby Ted, West Covina neighborhood, and Too Short from Angelo Mafia take off on the homie box. When I see this, bam, I run over there. While I'm running over there, I'm grabbing for my weapon. I make it too fast, which means I get there so fast where I wasn't able to get my weapon all the way out. So it's halfway in, halfway out. You know what I'm saying? When I get that, I just get cracking. You know what I mean? So bam. Now me and Box whooping these two dudes, right? Whooping them. Mind you, it's about 10 police standing right there in front of the building, which means their response time was quick. You know what I'm saying? So we got hit with all kind of pepper spray. They shooting from two different gun towers. You know what I'm saying? So bam. After everything stopped, they call an ambulance for the dude Too Short. You know, put him on the ambulance, take him off. You know what I'm saying? Handcuff me, handcuff Box, handcuff Baby Kids. They walking us to the medical because after an incident, they got to take you to medical, make sure everything is cool on you and clear you. You know what I'm saying? So that's what they do. But remember, I had my weapon halfway out, so it's still on me. So in my head, I'm like, oh man, I'm gonna get caught with this damn weapon. It's halfway in, it's halfway out. It's a black CO that's walking with me, right? So I'm trying to talk to him to keep him distracted, but he's walking with me. He's holding my arm and you know, he got his eye on me. So all I'm thinking in my head was, don't let this weapon fall out right here. Don't let it fall out. I feel it slipping more and more as we walk. So I'm trying to walk in a way where I don't disrupt it and launch it and make it fall. So anyway, we get to what they call the program office. There's cages in there. They put me in the cage. Dude, don't search the area, nothing, which they're supposed to do. They're supposed to search that whole area before they put anybody in there to make sure there ain't no weapons or nothing up in there left behind from somebody else. They didn't do that. Bam, put me in. Then, but this dude is standing there watching me the whole time. Then start strip searching me. But before they start strip searching me, they bring Baby Kev in, put him in the cage next to me, right? So bam, then they start strip searching me. So while I'm taking off my clothes, I'm handing it. They got me inside this cage, and then they got like this little, like on the cage door, it's like a little slit. You know what I'm saying? Where you can stick your hands out, and they take the handcuffs off you like that, right? So I'm handing him my stuff through that slit. So bam, when I get to my pants, I see the weapon. I'm like, oh fuck, right? So I'm moving slow. You know what I'm saying? So when I get them off, I try to ball it up. You know what I'm saying? Around the weapon. So I give it to him. I hand him the pens and shit, right? So as he's searching the pens, he started talking shit about me moving slow and this and that, which means he's searching the pens, but he's not paying attention to nothing else. So while he's doing that, the weapon fall, right? Right next to his boot. So he's searching. I see it. I'm like, oh, right. I see it. So he finished searching the pants. He get ready to throw him down on the ground, and he see the weapon right there next to his boot. He's like, "What the fuck is that?" Right? I said, "I don't know." I said, "That ain't Bonds." Nah, motherfucker, you had this on you. I said, "No, I didn't." Right? So bam, they get that. They taking pictures of it. It's evidence now. You know what I'm saying? Because of Too Short's injuries. Right? So bam, we go to the hole after all this little fiasco. Right? Baby Tez, in my opinion, was thinking about going SNY at that time because he's in there talking to all of them. He's telling them all what happened between us, something he's not supposed to be doing. You're not supposed to go back there and talk to the SNYs at all. You feel me? You find out who's active and who isn't. You know what I'm saying? When you find out the ones who isn't active, who's the actual SNYs, you don't deal with them. They don't deal with you. They be matter of fact, they be back there talking big shit, seal soldier shit, because they know you can't get to them and you're not gonna be able to get to them, right? This is who Baby Tez is back there talking to. So the homie Box, he's so mad because these dudes tried to, they didn't try, they did. They took off on him, you know what I'm saying? And like he just hopped behind that, understandably so. So he's doing everything in his power to try to get moved in the cell with Baby Tez, right? I'm talking about, hey, bro, the homie was going all out trying to get in that cell with him, right? They wouldn't do it. They wouldn't do it. They had us going to court for this shit, right? So every court date, we'd be standing in the middle of the courtroom, me, Box, and Baby Tez. Now, why Baby Tez was going to court with us? Because they thought all three of us attacked the dude Too Short. Mind you, he had stab wounds, right? He had stab wounds. They found a weapon that they tried to put on me. And being that all three of us was involved in it, that's why they had them two going to court. Really, in all honesty, they wanted me because of that weapon. They wanted to, but they was just putting them two through the motions, right? So they actually had us going to court fighting a new case, attempted murder, right? So bam, we'd be in court and Box would just go on one on Baby Ted's, right? It was crazy. It was funny, but at the same time, I used to be like, damn, because we are way out in this foreign court. We walk into this courtroom, all these white people sitting in there, whites and Mexicans, right? So they already looking at us crazy because we're coming out of prison fighting new charges. You know what I'm saying? So as they read off the charges, you know what I'm saying, in the courtroom, Boxer get on this dude, Baby Tez. Get at your lawyer, nigga, tell your lawyer. Whoop, 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 whoop. I'm loud though. The judge hearing it, the bailiff, the people they're sitting in the stands and shit, the stenographer, everybody, right? To the point where the judge is pow, 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 right? He going crazy, right? They trying to get the homie calmed down. You know what I'm saying? It was so bad, none of the lawyers wanted to represent the homie Box, right? That was a whole different story within itself. You know what I'm saying? I learned a lot doing that time period. I promise you, especially about the court system. But but it is what it is, man. You know what I'm saying? So eventually, 2 years later, they end up dropping the charges on Bots and Baby Tez. We eventually done the shoe program and all that, and they let us out, right? We did a year shoot. Baby Tez got out before me and Box. Me and Box got out the same day. So Box already had it in his mind. When I get out, I'm gonna do this to Baby Tez. I'm gonna do that, and he stood on that. He stood on it. You feel me? So Baby Tez got beat up multiple times. You feel me? I believe I probably choked him out one time, beat him up, and choked him out one time. But Box, that was a daily thing for him. He'd go inside that dude's cell, make him something to eat, then punch him out, and whatever else he chose to do to him. Every day, he made him suffer. Before we even got to him, one of his homies ended up punching him out. You know what I'm saying? But the dude, Too Short, ended up going to uh, another yard after that. A-Tray gangsters get on him. I can't remember which specific ones that had got on him in that incident. Stab him up, right? Then he go to another yard. This is all in Calipatria, right? So he started off on a yard in Calipat with us. That incident took place with us. Then he went to B yard in Calipatria. That incident took place with him in the A-Trays. Then he went to C yard in Calipatria, right? That's when he ran into Big Crazy D from A-Tray Gangster, right? Now, Big Crazy D had been waiting on Too Short because Too Short had spoke on Big Crazy D's name in a foul way, tried to put a jacket on him, right? So he was waiting. Finally, finally, he was hand delivered. You feel me? And everybody knew what time it was. You feel me? So there was no extra bodies that got into that. Like I said, man, you know, it was the same sort of situation with T Bird. You know what I'm saying? He didn't have none of his homies get in that. You know what I'm saying? He done this shit himself, 1-on-1. So when he got over there, when he ran into Big Crazy D, everybody knew. His homies, my homies, everybody knew. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is some personal shit. Let him go to the middle of the yard and handle it. Right? And that's exactly what Big Crazy D did. Now look, man, after Big Crazy D get him, he come do his shoot. Me and Big Crazy D end up being cellies while we was doing our shoot time. We both got cases on the same motherfucker, two different incidents. And it was another nigga that was in there that had a case on the same dude. So you got three different niggas in three different incidents. They got cases on this one nigga. Too Short from Angelo Mafia. Right? Now, I bring y'all this story, man, because I remember having a conversation with my little brother last night, as a matter of fact. But we've had this conversation a number of times, and he always expressed how, like, man, I wouldn't do good in prison. You know what I'm saying? Because of my attitude and this and that and blah, 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 right? Which I agree. You know what I'm saying? But there's a couple of different ways you can do your prison time. Either you're going to be the politicker, you're going to be at mental peace with yourself to the point where you're not mixing in with everybody else's bullshit and politics. You're just doing you. You feel me? You could be a banger and do you. You know what I'm saying? Or you're going to be just an all out shit starter. You feel me? This dude too short to fit in between politicker and shit starter. Putting jackets on people, threatening people, lying, creating bullshit scenarios. Like, why? You got to remember, man, to you dudes that want to experience prison, y'all, some of y'all act like y'all want to experience having a life sentence just to see what it's about, right? And I tell y'all all the time, ain't nothing cool about prison, ain't nothing cool about jail. It don't matter how much time you got, life sentence or not, LWOP or not, couple of years to do or not. It would never be cool. It would never be, you would never get no brownie points for that shit. You feel me? Those of us that talk about this shit is put in a position to give y'all these stories to discourage you from wanting to come to prison. Y'all have to look at us as the sacrificial lambs for y'all that haven't been yet. You feel me? These stories is true, actual fact shit. These people are still living today. I don't know where everybody at in their life right now. Meaning if they still banging, if they not, if some of them went SNY, PC, I don't know. I haven't seen these dudes in years. And like I said, this particular incident happened in 2003, 21 years ago. You feel me? But very relative today because a lot of y'all act like y'all want that life sentence. A lot of y'all act like y'all want to experience it and see what it's about. What it's about is your life is over with. If you're getting a life sentence in 2024, you got to be the most stupidest motherfucker on earth. And it's some of y'all that really are stupid as fuck. 2024, you're getting a life sentence in 2024. Prison is a million times worse now. It was extremely bad back then because it was live, it was real. The riots and all that shit was happening. You know what I'm saying? Niggas was gang banging at the height of gang banging. Y'all got to remember, you know what I'm saying, nigga? That shit just recently started dying down when they started letting people go. Letting niggas out there in shoe programs. They had motherfuckers doing indeterminate shoe programs. Imagine being locked in your cell 22 hours a day, every day. Can't see or talk to nobody. Getting treated like a dog in a cage. Being fed dog shit. Dogs eat better than prisoners. Your pet that you have out there right now with you eat better than prisoners. So you want to take your human ass and be thrown in a cage like a dog and be fed worse than your actual animal? Is that what y'all telling me? How much sense do that make? That trade off? How? How much sense? Give up your kids, give up your freedom, your woman, to what? Go sit in a fucking jail cell with another man and be fed worse than an animal? If that's what y'all want, hey, more power to you, man. You know what I'm saying? But that's what these stories is about, to discourage you niggas from wanting to go that route. You know what I'm saying? And give up your freedom for absolute nothingness. Prison is nothingness. It's the end of the world. The next drop down from that is the grave. Straight up. So that's why I bring y'all these stories, man. You know what I mean? But I'm gonna go ahead and close this on off. You know what I mean? Like I said, it's been some days since we interacted. I had to jump out and try to get something to y'all. You know what I'm saying? And hopefully this was interesting enough for y'all to take in and share it with somebody. You feel me? Share it with somebody that you think need to hear this shit, that need to hear these stories on how dudes be getting themselves caught up. You know what I'm saying? Coming to prison thinking they bigger than the program, get stabbed up, get your whole career ended, might lose your life. Because niggas get killed in here all the time. All the time. Y'all have to be aware. Y'all have to care for yourself more. Care for your family more enough to not put them through it and put yourself through it, put your kids and all that shit through it. Wife, baby mama, have to bring your kids to a fucking prison to see where you can barely touch them and hug them and interact with them. Do you know when your family members come to see you at a prison that you get one hug, one peck at the beginning and ending of your visit? In between, there's no touching. Even when you take a picture, y'all have to stand side by side. You can't put your arm around her and hug and have her all up under you. Can't do none of that. Why would you trade your freedom for that bullshit? Answer me that. You know what I'm saying? But look, I'm gonna go ahead and bring this one to an end for today, man. I just wanted to get something out there to y'all. Let y'all know I was thinking about you. Let you know I loved and missed you. You know what I mean? And hey, why not return with some original content? Why not? You know what I'm saying? Leave y'all comments, man, in the chat section. You know what I'm saying? I appreciate you all for stepping back to this round table. You know what I'm saying? To join me as we discuss these things, try to figure this stuff out. You know what I'm saying? And hopefully we save somebody from having to go through any of this. You know what I'm saying? That's the goal. On that note, I'm gonna let y'all go. Get back to y'all day, man. Y'all take care, stay safe out there, love and appreciate each other. Let everybody know that you love and appreciate them. That's in your life that mean anything to you, man. You know what I'm saying? Show them. Don't just say it. Show them. Straight up. But until the next time we meet at this round table, man, y'all take care, be blessed, be a blessing to somebody. Love y'all, man. Triple gang.